All right, so let's kind of dig into your company. Your core business seems to be managing rising water demand in a sustainable way. What does that mean for your customers that include a lot of utilities here in the U.S. and utilities overseas in Europe and Asia?
Well, Itron is blessed to call more than 8,000 utilities and cities all around the world. We do business in about 110 countries. What we really work on is the efficiency, resiliency, reliability, and security of distribution systems for utilities and cities. So whether it is electricity or whether it's gas or water or smart city applications, we're really all about trying to make that a little bit more efficient, preserve those natural resources, and make sure that the consumer is getting the experience they desire. We do business in 4 out of the 5 top metro countries all around the U.S., and electricity is our fastest growing area, although water is super important to what we do.
So I want to talk about more of the water side of things. I would imagine when it comes to your water management business, you're seeing a tailwind with the build out of data centers. They need water for cooling and things like that. We're also seeing another emergence of technology in the nuclear space. A lot of these small reactors that are at least planned to be built here in the U.S. Do you think that's already priced into your stock, the potential business there?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Look at the U.S. economy. It's fueled on energy, and we need water to survive as a species. So electricity has been flat from, let's call it roughly 2000 to 2020, where there really was not a lot of growth. When it comes to what we see for the next 30 years is minimum some estimates as high as 6 or 7% annualized growth. And this is a massive, massive difference for what utilities need to work on in the years ahead. This is really an area that we can help with. We find with the deployment of our technology, you can eke out an extra 10 or perhaps 20% of capacity of your existing network by reducing leaks in water or finding extra capacity on the electricity system to really fuel that growth for the economy at large.
You mentioned electricity. The grid here in the United States, a lot of people talk about it being aging. Not really able to handle the spike in demand that we see, not only from data centers, but just from our everyday use. And then if we see a reacceleration of EV sales, that could continue to put more pressure on it. When we're looking at the grid, what exactly does a company like you do to help just keep power going? I mean, you just kind of mentioned it. And what does that business mean? Like, what's the exact thing that you are doing that generates revenue for your company when it comes to grid management?
Right. So we sell technology and software that goes into the distribution grid. So call it that last mile of the system. And as the grid becomes much more complex, as load growth increases on the generation side, you have a mix of fuels. Sometimes you have a gas plant, sometimes you have solar or wind, which creates a variable amount of generation capacity. Out at the edge of the grid, you've got more EV chargers. Every charger is the equivalent of a small house. Houses on the grid don't move around. EVs, they roam around the town, and once in a while they plug in and turn on with the same load of that small house. How do you solve that complexity as a utility? How do you make sure you provide reliable and efficient and of course, cost-effective power? What we do as a company is really make sure that you can get visibility into what's going on in the grid and deliver the power to where it needs to be by coordinating all of these assets. So our technology really is a strong, robust communication network, and then all of the endpoints that allow you to manage that load and deliver power efficiently.
You know, Thomas, we're out of time, but I want to ask you one other quick question. I know you're on the board of onsemi, but when we're talking about all this, are you using artificial intelligence? And if you don't mind me asking, what are you buying? What chips are you buying? I mean, how does this all happen? Is this manual or is this AI? I mean, how does this all work?
Yeah, largely today, our systems are deterministic, so they are not AI in the field today. We're doing work with our customers today to do proof of concepts for deploying artificial intelligence out at the edge of the grid. And a perfect application of that would be anomaly detection, to understand what happened. Was that event that I just saw a car crashing into a telephone pole, or was it a normal event in the electricity grid? By being able to differentiate that, you can provide a much, much better quality of service and make sure you're rolling a truck to the scene of the crime to be able to fix an outage much faster. That type of growing capability would be added to machine learning, which is already well used in the forecasting space, in the years ahead. We aren't quite there yet, but I'm sure in the years ahead, this will be a growing part of our business.